Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and Net25 TV and also on our streaming site, eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Net25 TV. I am Cesar Vallejo, so welcome to Open for Business. Join me, discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. We just bid farewell to 2020. As we start the new year, we look back to the year that was, how entrepreneurs managed to get past the COVID-19 crisis, how small businesses struggled to pivot and survive the pandemic. In this year opener episode of Open for Business, we will revisit the tips and tricks that our business leaders shared in 2020, how they bounced back, and how MSMEs continue to be strong and resilient as we all face the year 2021. Open for Business will be back with the thoughts of the show's guests in 2020 that will help us face the challenges of 2021. Stay with us.
Yeah, we gonna go up. Ibibigay ko ang aking puso. Sa iyong tingin pa lang ako'y natunaw na mga
Enjoy listening to your OPM requests as we play them on air and online, from music videos
Sana tayo ng dalawa. Huwag nang mawala.
to entertaining live and home performances of your favorite OPM artists.
I believe in love. I believe in you. Pangarap ko ay ang pangarap mo.
Watch on air and online anywhere you go around the world.
Darating ng umaga.
I love the way she makes me smile, she makes me smirk.
Yes, sir.
It gives me chills, it makes me blush, it gives me worth.
Mag-hashtag soundtrip and chill kasama ang barkada ng letters and music. Mapapanood na tuwing Sabado at Linggo. Simula January 9, 1 p.m. only on Net25.
As the year 2020 draws to an end and a new year dawns, we look forward to a brighter future full of hope, filled with success and prosperity. In behalf of the EBC correspondents in Thailand, we would like to wish you a better and spectacular year ahead, full of cheerful moments for you and your family. Happy New Year to us all.
Given a chance, I would just being part of the of a business or of a family business. What I would recommend is that if there is a plan to implement gradual or total lifting of the quarantine, what I would recommend is that experts from the health department, from the business sector, should be taken account also, or their opinion should be taken account also. We don't want just, we all want to be to get out of this, of this quarantine. But we hope that whatever decision that will be made, we hope that it's for the benefit of the company long term wise. People are sometimes panicking that we can survive after this. After April 30, that extending it is not an option. But I think what matters most is that any decision on lifting this quarantine should be based on scientific recommendations or models. So that I think that it will be very helpful. So we don't want a second wave. We don't want an extension, lifting it up, and then after 2 weeks, we're back to square one again.
Yeah.
So we want our April 30 to be the last one, or maybe 2 weeks after to be the last one. So So there, we just want it to be based on scientific models or and recommendations, not only within the Philippines. Maybe we could get opinions from abroad.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Martin. Now, if you can address your fellow businessmen, especially the MSMEs, and also because our topic is more on the challenges of exporters, Filipino exporters. What's your tips to them on how they can survive the very uncertain times? I know that a lot of them are also feeling the pressure, but somehow, we Filipinos are very resilient race. So, in your case, what's your tips? What's your advice to exporters and MSMEs?
Maybe it would help if um, they have multiple avenues. Whether that whether they for us in the export side, it would be better if you export not only to one country but to several countries. It will be helpful if you have multiple destinations, multiple target markets, so you could target the masses, middle class, upper class. It could also help if you have multiple products also, so you're not just relying on a single product. So having multiple avenues will allow you to somehow minimize the risk of situations like this. Every change should be treated as an opportunity. If you're working now at home, it should give you more time to complete all reports that were lagging behind. It should give you time to contemplate on what you should do in the future. Create scenarios just in case this quarantine is extended. I think everyone should treat this as an opportunity to grow, to be adaptive. And if we go back to our normal, post or pre-COVID, everything you'll be okay. But after this, I think every owner should be wiser. They should treat this as something as a learning curve. That's what now people can realize that I cannot. Before, if we're just exporting, or if I'm another businessman, if I'm just relying on sales report or exporting abroad, now I know that I can sell within the local market. So it gives you opportunity and makes you realize that there are still untapped market that you can sell ice cream to your neighbor. That I can sell face mask. I know how I know how to I know how to make face mask. That I can do this and that. So it gives you more. It makes you wiser.
Entrepreneurs, you have to, number one, determine first your goals and not what society dictates as success. You have to meditate it as your own goals. Okay, and then secondly is try to simplify your life. Now is the time to establish your relationships at home, and to look at also your spiritual life, and to make sure that your mind is cleared. Okay, distract yourself with good things, not to empty it, but to fill it up with good things. Okay, but most of all, be active in communities right now, such as Bounce Back PH, because there are a lot of people who will help you out. Be honest that you need help, and also be honest that you can give help, because it's only that time when we can really build a good community of people helping each other. Okay, so please make use of Bounce Back PH as much as you can. Give and take at the same time. And definitely, we're all in this together. We're now 26,000 plus people, entrepreneurs helping each other. We've got your back. Don't worry. Send us a message if you need help. There'll be someone there willing to help you out. So don't worry. We're all in this together. And Bounce Back PH is your safe platform, is your home in order to survive, endure, and rebuild from this crisis.
For small businesses like us, no, tech startups, it's very important that we ride the wave of change these days. Hindi na natin may babalik. It will never go back to normal, and we have to embrace that fact and the reality. We just have to keep on looking for the opportunities. You know, when this kind of things happen, pandemic, there's always an opportunity opening up for everyone. And for us, for a tech startup like us, we thought that it will be very hard for us to shift because we're used to putting up big events, job fairs, mga LGUs sa communities or sa schools, universities. Then suddenly, bawal na. No? We thought at first that it's going to be hard for us. But, when we started to embrace change and take advantage of what's here right now, which is technology, things are, perspective have changed as well. And looking at the essentials, particularly, ano ba yung need ngayon that we need to attend to, I think that one helps a lot in terms of bouncing back again after this thing, the COVID-19 thing. We will always bounce back given that we have the right tools already. It's just that we need to look further. Ano pa yung opportunity na nakikita natin?
I'm reaching out to the private sector, no? We are reaching out to private sector partner with us, no? Help us to help you reduce the cost, no? Help us to help the farmers here. No, walang ibang magtutulungan kundi private sectors, no? So we found an avenue whereby we can integrate the whole process, you know? And the only way for us to do this in a big scale, we need partners, no? And we have different products. We have different products na pwede namin ibaba na ang gaganda na kailangan matikman ng lahat, ano? And in a lower cost, no? But at the same time, yan ang makikinabang lahat yan farmers, no? Farmers. And if we can do it here, then I'm sure we can duplicate the process in any part of the Philippines, no? Kung saan merong nagsisimula iba-ibang klase ng produkto. And I think this will affect also yung end-to-end supply chain ng agricultural industry. And I'm reaching out sa farmers, talk to us, and hopefully we can serve you better.
Try to operate. This is not the time to make money, actually. This is the time to get together and survive. Simply because there are many people, especially daily wage earners, who rely on our day-to-day operation. Not so much on the profit. Just operate, break even, be able to provide jobs. Because that little contribution to the normalcy keeps the community order and calm, and we are able to avert social disorder. I think that's one of the key responsibilities and challenges now of every entrepreneur. I know we're business people. We want to make profit, but the least of the contributions we can make, that's very essential, is to operate, break even at the least, so that we are able to contribute to the social order and calm.
Yeah, one thing that people need to know, especially the small businessman, is whenever there's an adversity, there's always an opportunity. While they are at home, okay, during these times that we have, I encourage everyone to stay at home, okay? Hindi pa nag-slow down yung COVID, just stay at home. But while you're at home, you have to make it sure that you're upgrading yourself to become a better person. I encourage everyone to be a better version of who they are after this pandemic. There's a lot of trainings available online. There's a lot of educational programs. They have to develop, or they have to find out their core strengths and core competences. Learn technology. It doesn't matter whether you're young or old. Learn technology. Learn how to use technology for your advantage. Be sure, okay, that during these times of pandemic, you will learn and you will be a better version of who you are. And of course, believe that something great is about to happen to you, and believe in your creator. Believe that everything happens for a reason, and there will always be blessings out of this crisis and out of this opportunity. Just believe, and ang kasabihan nga namin, okay, sa Sante, itong challenges na to, lilipasin to. But yung learnings na natutunan natin dito will stay for life.
It's really PM is the key dahil tuwing 8 PM simula January 4, Monday to Friday, iaait na ang kantahan at kainang rolled into one. Abangan sina JC Parker at Marcelito Pomoy because it's time to sing, it's time to eat sa It's Sing Time! Dito lang yan sa Net 25.
Singing time!
From the EBC correspondents here in the United Kingdom, continental Europe, Russia, the Mediterranean, and Africa, we send our warmest greetings to the Executive Minister of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and all the members of the Church of Christ around the world.
Buenos Dias, ya.
Bonane!
Buonanno. Feliz Año Nuevo.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
It all boils down to culture. On my end, since I handle stakeholder relations, so externally, the culture of health and safety and even security should spread and should be shared. We should not keep those strategies and principles that we have in place. Those are not things. These are not things that you can say na itago natin because it's our advantage. Rather, it's an opportunity to share to our communities and stakeholders. Our culture on corporate social responsibility is also becoming embedded in our employees as well. As I've mentioned earlier, our employees organize their own voluntary works as well. So I think that's an evidence of how our culture has translated into our own employees. Even our unions, we saw that our unions have been spearheading their own voluntary corporate social responsibility activities. So that's something that makes us really proud. These are not things that are initiated by the company or the stakeholder relations team, but employees themselves, have that culture embedded in them to help our communities in this time of great need.
Thank you, Jonil. Richard.
So again, in behalf of our company, Caesar, we'd like to thank you for this opportunity that you've given us to share our learnings and our knowledge on the topic of health, safety, and security and stakeholder relations. So we believe, like what Junel said, it's about transparency. It's about open communication. It's about helping each other out. There's no trade secrets when it comes to health, safety, security, and stakeholder relations. And I would just like to add to what Janil said that there's this mantra that says safety is a good business. Because if you're safe, if you're healthy, your people are happy, they become more resilient, they become more of a contributing force rather than something that will hold you back. It's actually a good investment to try and make safety your priority. So we would like to also share to your viewers and the industries that may be also watching this program, and I hope lots of people will tune into your show, is that health and safety is now being more and more part of a sustainable business. And if you're a sustainable business, you become a resilient business. And if you're a resilient business, whatever tragedy will strike, you will know that you have the peace of mind that you can cope and you can adapt well in the changing times. So these are changing times. Everybody's vulnerable, but we believe in our company, if you put health and safety on the top of your value, then everything will follow. The discipline will be there, and the economy will be the better for it when we take health and safety to our heart, and not just in the business field, but also in our homes where we are. So because if we're safe in everything that we do, I think we can carry it wherever we go, and I think we will be much more resilient, not just a company or an industry, but a country as well.
I think this is the time where we all going to bounce back. This is the time that we have to think of fighting back. Okay? Tapos na po yung freeze mode, flight mode. This is now the fight mode. What we're looking at the fight mode. Number 2, let's check our entrepreneurial mindset or our mindset. Okay? Mindset is your mental state. What is your mental state? Is your mental state to win? Is your mental state is to get out of this crisis? Is your mental state to save your family? After that, if you have a strong mindset, maybe we can now look at the innovation mindset. Are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to take the risk to create a new way to sell your product? Innovation and pivoting. Are you open? Do you have a growth mindset? If you all have that, I'm pretty much sure you will survive this tough journey. And I have seen this through all my colleagues. All of them are now selling anything and pivoting. Of course, I have encountered also people like, matatapos na yan, I'll just wait. No, I don't think that's the right attitude. The right attitude now is, come on, let's fight and survive. Everybody now will be in the starting line. And my only wish is that my fellow entrepreneurs, the micro, small, medium enterprise, I hope I can see you all again in the starting line.
Well, as far as handling businesses, admittedly, there will really be a lot of businesses that will close. That is inevitable. But for those that are still struggling, I think what they can do is to refit their businesses to meet the current demands. I've seen a lot of companies, bad companies, that repurposed their business to join the relief efforts, creating PPEs, for instance, that are made of leather. And this is one way that businesses can do to survive. For those that are in the service industry, like those in the communications industry, I think it is important to improve and even better how you service your clients so that they will still stay with you. Because, service industries, it's really the customer experience that will spell the difference between them leaving or not. And I think if you continue to give them the best customer experience, then they will I do believe they will stick it out with you. And for businesses that are such as myself, don't be too greedy. If your clients are going through a budget cuts, be flexible enough to cut your budgets as well. Instead of being used to this much retainer fees, then maybe you can cut it down a bit, because if you help your clients survive this, then they will still be with you after the crisis. And if they rebound, they will remember that. In the end, the humanity will come into play. And the client will remember, oh, this agency, this supplier of mine helped me by not charging me too much, perhaps, or by adjusting their fees as well. So I will return that in kind. And this is how. Now, on a personal basis, I think it's just a matter of doing what you can to cope. If your way of coping with the pressure and with the stress of the pandemic is some sort of home activity, then pursue it. If you like to cook, then cook. If you like to reach out to your friends abroad or even around the country through Facebook or through FaceTime, then do it. Anything you can do to cope with the stress will be important. Some people have resorted to doing TikTok videos to help, or even to watching feel-good videos just so they can cope with the stress. Then do that, because if it will help ease your mental health or help in your mental health, then all the more we should do it in earnest.
For individuals and businesses, again, I'll go back to my first statement. Planning is really the key to success. Okay, so businesses, let's plan ahead. We have learned so much out of this pandemic, and we value now more than ever the characters of our company. Okay, our company cannot run without our clients. Our company cannot run without our employees, and of course the business owners. So let's continue to protect ourselves. Continue to protect ourselves. Let's continue to protect our greatest asset, our employees. Okay, let's keep them protected. Let's plan ahead, no, and make sure when this time comes, hopefully not, the uncertainty will not be that high, because we know we're all covered. On the individuals, no, whether you are an employee, or whether you are a business owner, you should really plan ahead. And part of this planning is really to complete your savings. Your savings, keep on savings, allocate savings for yourself, allocate protection for your family, allocate investment. Okay? And of course, value what you have right now.
Sorry
Bakit ka nagsusorry?
Kasi feeling ko ako nagpahamak sa'yo eh.
Huwag na huwag mong sisisihin ang sarili mo. Lahat ng nangyari kanina, lahat yon, mas malalim pa yung pinanggalingan.
Sorry sa ginawa ng mami ko kanina. Sobrang nakakasakit na siya ng damdamin.
Damdamin ko, Reyna. Damdamin ko yung nasasaktan. Ano ba sa'yo kung nasasaktan ako?
Anong ewan? Walang ewan-ewan. Basta tutugtog ka sa birthday ko.
Baka naman hindi ko alam yung kantang kakantahin mo.
Eh di mag-practice tayo.
Ganda-ganda naman dito.
Ito ang kaharian ni Romer. Kung ako, hari ako ng mundo ko, Kailangan ko rin ng isang reyna.
Tagal mo hindi bumalik dito sa Olvida. Hindi mo pa na-miss tong hometown mo? Dagat, yung ilog.
Mahigit 200 days out of 365. Nasa dagat ako.
So, seaman ka. Natupad mo na yung pangarap mo na ikutin yung buong mundo.
Natatandaan mo yung mga pangarap ko?
Marami akong naalala. Marami din akong hindi makalimutan.
Ika'y laging sa akin hanggang magpakailanman.
Ang daigdig ko'y ikaw. Tuwing Sabado, 8:08 ng gabi. Dito lamang sa Net 25.
So to our dear viewers na nagdinegosyo, trying to make ends meet or trying to expand or trying to make your business survive. So don't worry. All the analysis na available out there are saying this is just temporary. And the good news is this is a natural pandemic. What is actually more dangerous is a structural crisis. Ano yung structural crisis? It was the crisis that was actually happened in 2009. And that crisis was actually brought about by the greed of people. So yung global recession, yung financial crisis, it was brought about by the greed of the people taking advantage of abusing smaller players. Kaya it took us more than 10 years to recover, and then magre-recover na yung world economy. Then the pandemic happened. But this kind of pandemic, ang consensus is yung mga pandemic na ganito, na natural disaster, is always temporary. So maximum na siguro yung 2 years. And in fact, last night I was actually listening to the news. So may recent report si IMF and saying their forecast of the global economy next year is not as bad as their forecast last June. So meaning there are already good signs that the economy globally is now about to recover. So they're already seeing signs. So they are revising their forecast towards better numbers. So from the part of the Philippine economy, so I mentioned, diba, population, emotion, and cash. And we have a lot of them. We're oozing with population. We have all these COVID babies about to be born. And then you have all these emotions being sustained by what's happening around us. So just be amazed and continue believing that we'll be all right. And of course, we have cash. We have the highest net additional income from abroad. Before, nagkaroon tayo ng scare. But in June, July, we've seen that OFW remittances, just like our spirit, is resilient. So nag-back to positive growth rates na rin yung ating OFW remittances, meaning even in the time of pandemic, the people, the world will not lay off as many Filipinos. They need Filipinos in their recoveries in their own countries. The Filipinos will be the last type of people who you will fire. So kasi because of our resilience in this time of trouble, nasa ibang bansa pa tayo at kumikita tayo ng mas malaki. So there's no point being fired, and therefore we have seen the sign that we are indeed resilient in terms of spirit and in terms of cash. So therefore, I still believe that the Philippine economy and the Filipinos are destined for global economic leadership. Even the Economist.com said that we will be one of the top countries who will survive this pandemic among all countries in the world. We're number 6 in terms of recovering from this pandemic because of the amount of people and cash that we have. Add to that emotion. And so, therefore, we pray together that our national government, including our Congress, be able to pass the national budget on time, because with that budget is the strong stimulus, the strong catalyst to make sure that these resources that we have, people, emotion, and cash, will be reactivated in terms of catalyzing our economic activity so that we can continue recovering as one. So, and with that, I pray that we will all recover from this challenge and crisis.
Well, definitely it's going to be a better normal for all of us, a safer year for all of us as well. So, you know, as I look back, parang panaginip yung 2019, parang panaginip, di ba? But then again, there will always be a reason why we are here today. And the fact that I'm talking to both of you right now is already a blessing. So ang sa akin, count your blessings, forget about the bad things, okay? You can filter that out and be more positive. So 2021 will be a very good year. And yes, I guess mag-continue pa rin talaga yung influencer marketing, because in my experience, people listen to people like them. Diba? Kaya sa yung hindi maabot. So ngayon, very realistic with approach kasi ng social media marketing. So, yun, I guess it will continue.
Mm-hmm. Before we go to Troy, I'll ask you now, what are your tips to small businesses? Do you think they can, we know you, Miss Abigail, as someone who has this very, positive outlook in life. And, we've seen a lot of small businesses close shops, diba? There's a lot who, had, so much problems in terms of, cash flows, and there were a lot of small businesses who were also depressed because of the pandemic. So what's your advice in terms of this, outlook for 2021?
Problems will never go away. They just shift their shapes, nag-iiba lang ng anyo. Pero lagi naman tayong may problema. The thing is how you face the problems and how we learn from it. Yung mga problema natin, as we face them, see to it that we learn from them. So I know that it's so heartbreaking to see small business crush, but don't give up, because there will always be, if nagsara yung pinto, if the doors will actually close, there will always be an open window. So you just have to open your eyes and find it. I'm very, very sure. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Still be kind. There should be kindness in your heart. And you know what? Babalik yan. So even gano'ng kaliit yung window, silipin. There will always be a good hope in that.
Wow, that's a very good insight. Sir Troy, how do you see 2021 with your crystal ball?
I definitely see that this is the new normal. I know that things will become, I guess, or we will adapt and to more safety protocols and things like that. But as far as social media goes, it is definitely here to stay. I think with a lot of the small businesses out there, I would just want to tell you, yes, don't give up. And it doesn't take a big amount of money to start influencer marketing. Whether you have a service or you're selling a product, whether it be food or something like that, what you need to do, my advice is to go out there and look for someone that you think fits your market. Someone that would probably be interested in something you have or a service you have. If it's a car cleaning service, maybe they're always posting photos of their cars in their feed. So you can think, they might want to avail my service. In exchange for post, it could be something like that. So it doesn't have to be like you're going to spend all this money and hire them to have 5 posts and I'm going to pay you, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that. You can try to offer maybe goods or service you have in exchange for their post. And, Aubrey and I have been more than welcome to also do this to small businesses, because I know it is it's hard right now. So when I get a DM or a message and it comes in saying, I noticed that you guys love having cookies with your coffee. I'd love to send you some cookies, and hopefully, maybe you might give me a share, and I'd really appreciate it. And I appreciate that. And then when you get them, and someone's hard work, they thought of you, they spent time, and that is out of their pocket to send you their box of cookies. And I think nowadays, we all need to help each other out a little bit. So definitely for small businesses, look to influencers, whether it be a celebrity or micro marketing. Look at other people around, because it's word of mouth. It doesn't have to be someone with thousands and thousands of followers. Just give them a little message and see what you get, see what the response you get. And you never know what's going to happen. It could totally turn your business around. Some people that have sent me things, I've looked at their followers, and I have to say that after we post something, you go back and they get, all of a sudden they have 100 plus 200 more followers. And so you're thinking, I think that was money well spent on their side. So it could definitely happen for you. So don't be afraid. Just go out there and try it and see what happens.
You have your internet. So yun po yung nakikita natin na it's not a question of one or the other. It's a question of all. Whatever it is that you can learn, and make your customer the center of your business. No? So customer centric po. There are many tips that can be shared. We have plenty of resources. Please, you have choices. Kung kayo po ay Facebook lover, just go to our site, Facebook at DTI e-commerce. Kung kayo po naman ay nag-YouTube, punta ho kayo sa DTI YouTube channel. At kung kayo naman po ay mahilig lang tumingin sa mga websites, please do visit us. It is at ecommerce.dti.gov.ph. So, we are everywhere in all of the channels. At kung gusto naman ninyo, pwede lang po kayo mag-email sa amin at ecommerce@dti.gov.ph. Madali lang ho siyang tandaan. It's all about e-commerce and DTI. And makakaasa ho kayo that we will be here to support you and to pave the way for you kung ano po yung inyong mga kailangan.
May nilulutong bagong game show ang Net25 para sa lahat ng mahihilig magmukbang at kumanta. Pag-combine natin yan, equals all-out kantahan at mukbangan in one. Ang headline ng balitang ito ay It's Singing Time! It's Singing Time! Mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng gabi, magsisimula na sa January 4, dito lang sa Net25.
Napakagaling mong kumanta.
I like your voice. Napaka-rare ng quality ng voice mo. Masyadong mataas, masyadong maganda.
Ito na lang masabi ko, good luck.
Ang gagaling ninyo. Grabe yung mga pinakita nyo sa amin. Sobrang gifted kayo.
I must say, it's one of the best round na napanood ko.
...2020 has been a tough year for everyone. Lots of us lost so much. But as it's nearing its end, also know that it's the perfect time to get back the hope and power for a greater year ahead. On behalf of the EBC correspondents here in Vietnam, I would like to grab this chance to greet you all a happy and prosperous New Year.
Well, first of all, let's all look forward to a better for a better year ahead. 2021. I'm very optimistic about what it can bring for us. And then now, alam mo yun, a lot of people are feeling. I've heard a lot of people who are not. They go through depression and certain mental health issues. And how do you help them cope with this? Is making them feel that they are important, making them feel that you give them enough attention. And with all this, a small gift or a small token of appreciation, or just letting them know that I'm here, I'm concerned with what you're going through, and you make your gift very personalized. And then as you do this, you look at different sources, like the different SMEs that you have. You have so many options right now. And then I think yung maganda din sa Gift Local is there's we curate parang we gather everybody together to give our SMEs a lot of options to choose from, hook them up with different suppliers and how they can expand their businesses or make their businesses better. So yun, those are the things that we can do. That's how we can start it. Now that we've gone through the challenges and we were faced with uncertainty, but now we're learning how to cope with it. Lumabas yung survival skills ninyo, and you've gone beyond the survival skills. It's more already thriving than surviving. So nakakabilib kayong lahat. Kasi yung mga kilala kong SMEs, I really admire how they have struggled, how they have managed to cope. Even with all the challenges that they're faced with. So talagang kakaiba. And if they continue to do that, I can see something really, really good happening to 90% of our economy is composed of SMEs. So we have to uphold that and work together in how we can, make that so much better.
We need first to make sure that we invest in technology. And we need partners who will be able to work with us and collaborate with us so that we can deploy more and evangelize more on how to actually scale up and modernize their data or the different organizations' data center.
For the SMEs, I would say do not be afraid of crisis or challenges, because these challenges, once you overcome that, it will make you stronger and better. For the consumers, I would like to say that you do a lot of help when you buy local, because buying local helps the local economy. It generates jobs and businesses. It helps the local farmers. Thus, money, when we support these local businesses, we are actually helping ourselves. As local businesses flourish, our life and the life of the people around us improves and poverty decreases. So we really have to support our local SMEs.
I think these are exciting times, Cesar, because all of us, we don't know what's going to happen. So maybe keep that really positive attitude and be excited for opportunities that will come your way. And there are a lot of things that we can actually control, no? So tignan natin, let's control the things that we can control. Let's keep that positive attitude. Let's help one another. One of the things that I've learned also during the pandemic is that hindi ka nag-iisa. If you look around you, shows like this give you tips, give you inspiration, no, to move forward. And also there are a lot of applications, people, startups who are willing to help you, and even big brands who are willing to help you. So so just keep that positive attitude.
Actually, there are things that we learned during the pandemic that we should, and I suggest we should carry on when we face the new normal. The first one, I think, is to pray. I'm pretty much sure everybody was praying during the pandemic. And I think we should really do this after the pandemic. Number two, humility. Humility. Um, prior to COVID, we're all arrogant. We're all competitors. But COVID taught us humility. Nawala yung yabang sa atin. Number 3, siguro what the other one, number 3 would be probably you have prayers, humility, and then the other one is kindness. Kindness. I think also during the pandemic, we were forced to embrace kindness. We call people, we help people in our own ways. And of course, the last one is faith. We should carry this.
Gusto namin maging happy ang mga viewers sa amin pagpapatawa, sa amin pag-entertain, iba-ibang segments and games.
Batanes! Batanes!
The jackpot prize of 58,000 pesos ang tamang sagot na hinahanap natin.
3, 2, 1!
Happy peeps, on the Happy Time stage, please welcome
Magandang dilag sa isip mo, aman mo.
Thank you po.
Ay, maraming salamat po.
Puso po kami nagpapasalamat sa malaking tulong na inabot niyo po sa amin.
Please watch Happy Time every day, Monday to Friday, dito lang sa Net 25.
Happy time, happy time,
Tulad ng marami nating mga kababayan na dumanas ng mabigat na pagsubok sa buhay, kami mang mga tagalalawigan ng Cebu ay dumaan din sa matitinding karanasan para sa taong ito.
Mahalaga na mataglay po natin ang positibong kaisipan sa pagsulubong natin sa panibagong taon.
Ingat po tayo, mga higala, mga igsuon, mga amigo, mga amiga. Always observe health protocols at palakasin natin ang ating immune system.
Hangad po namin ang isang maligaya at malusog na bagong taon.
Dito kami sa DYFX, ang Radyo Agila sa Metro Cebu. Malipayong bagong tuig kaninyong tanan!
Open for Business is back, and the term of the week is from sba.theheart4.com. Our term of the week is strategic planning. Strategic planning is the process of documenting and establishing a direction of your small business by assessing both where you are and where you're going. The strategic plan gives you a place to record your mission, vision, and values, as well as your long-term goals and the action plans you'll use to reach them. A well-written strategic plan can play a pivotal role in your small business's growth and success because it tells you and your employees how best to respond to opportunities and challenges. And our word of the week is from Brad Paisley. He said, "Tomorrow is the first blank page of a 365-page book. Write a good one." Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News and Net25 TV, and you can watch us again in the video section of the Eagle News and Net25 Facebook pages and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Net25. Thank you again for watching. For Open for Business, this is Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times. And from Open for Business, Happy New Year! Year! Happy New Year to everyone!